Yo, what's going on, people? You know who it is. It's Tae Wiggs reporting live as usual for the Man Cave. For those subscribers out there that's not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that bell. If you're not subscribed to my Twitter page, hit that bird at TAE_WIGGS. And of course, the official website of mine is at www.dante1910.winksite.com/Tae Wiggs for your latest information. We're going to get right into it. We know LeBron James is the captain of his team. We know Steph Curry is the captain of his team. LeBron James had the first pick, and people said, who's going to take first? He went with Kevin Durant. And we know Steph took Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I'm going to just read off the names, and we're going to find out what team has the better edge, who has the better edge with point guards and big man. So I'm looking at Team LeBron. He got KD, a scorer, a defender. You got Anthony Davis on Team Bron, another scoring defender. Russell Westbrook, Mr. Triple-Double, so you know he do everything. Army Swiss knife. Then you got the real deal Bradley Beal, who can hit shots from outside. You got the Boogie Down Under, Boogie Cousins, and DeMarcus. Another scorer, another defender, and he bring that edge. LaMarcus Aldridge, another person, another big man who can play outside and inside. You got Kevin Love, the rebounder, does everything as well. John Wall's a great defender. He can score. You got Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn, who's coming to his own since Melo left. Then you got that Kyrie Irving, the school bus driver himself. People were shocked that LeBron James took him. Let's be honest, people. I don't care what the media is saying about Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. At the end of the day, game recognized game. Kyrie Irving, even though the Cavaliers, I'm a huge Cavaliers fan. By the way, I am from Cleveland, Ohio, who resides in Charlotte, North Carolina. Watching the Cavaliers this season hasn't been great. You're on your toes. You don't know what you're gonna get from this unit from day in and day out. They are one of the oldest teams in the league. If not, they are the oldest team in the league. Your young gun is gone, Kyrie Irving. He meant so much to the team because he's the only person outside LeBron James who can create his own offense. So you have nobody yet. Still, Isaiah Thomas is coming back from the hip injury, but he still got to be inserted in. You know, he's still working at Kinks out because he has no training camp. So Kyrie Irving is a huge piece going from the Cavaliers. LeBron said, you know what? Dan Gilbert, I was mad at y'all got rid of Kyrie. Then first and second foremost, if you was going to trade him, we didn't get Eric Bledsoe or we didn't get PG-13. So guess what? I'm going to show you, Dan. I'm going to go ahead and get Kyrie Irving and show what it could have been like still if I was still playing with him. That's Team LeBron. This team right here is dynamic. And they longer athletic. Then Steph Curry's team, you got Giannis Antetokounmpo, James Harden, Al Horford, Dame Dollar. Oh yeah, before I keep talking about Team Steph, the reason I want to piggyback on this one, just because I've been riding this guy wave the whole time since he was in Orlando. Now I thought the Cavaliers should have drafted him instead of Deion Waiters. Victor Oladipo, well-deserved All-Star. The reason I'm saying I've been riding this wave, I've been following him since he was at Indiana, playing in the Big Ten with head coach over there, Tom Green. I'm looking at the bigger picture of Victor Oladipo. Yes, he got drafted by Orlando Magic. They didn't have the right star around him to be a everyday pro and the superstar that he's becoming now. He goes to OKC and he learns how to eat right. Exercise different. Just take care of the body. The body is your temple. He putting the right foods in his body. He learned all that from Russell Westbrook. So when I look at Victor Oladipo, I said this back in the summer. If you go look at that YouTube clip, I got the Indiana Pacers in my power rankings at number 19. And I said they could be a potentially playoff team. They could sneak in. But right now they're doing damage. I said Victor Oladipo, I kid you not, I said he's going to be an all-star this year and could arguably be a most improved player. And right now what Victor Oladipo is doing, I'm loving it. Hey, Ryan Hollins, shout out to you, Ryan Hollins. I know you watching. If you see Victor Oladipo, tell him to check me out because I've been spitting straight facts about the NBA season the whole time. And this is coming from the Man Cave right here. Live and direct. No producers. This is just me that's doing what I love. I've been saying this since day one. Victor Oladipo, I got people to vouch for me. Say, hey, y'all can leave a comment under the videos and say, yo, Tae Wiggs been saying this. Everything I'm saying about the NBA, I'm predicting just because how I'm watching the game. I'm not just watching games, just looking at highlights. I'm looking at the overall body of work that these players are putting in on a nightly basis when they come into these different cities and venues. That's what I'm seeing. Victor Oladipo has been a hard worker. Like I said, well-deserved All-Star. Hopefully he be the most improved player because right now that's what he's aiming for. Next, like I said, it's Team Steph Curry got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Long, athletic, scary good. He don't realize how good he is yet. You got DeMar DeRozan, the sniper. James Harden, you got him out there, the cooker. You got Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. You got Karl Anthony Towns, well-deserved All-Star. I'm definitely digging that as well. Jimmy Butler is an All-Star. Who well deserved that? Because when he got to Minnesota, I knew there was going to be a playoff team. I had them highest in my power rankings as number 11, I believe. So everything coming to fruition, what I'm saying about that, may be off by 2 or 3, but I had them as my top 11, 10 team to make an impact on the NBA season. And so far, they hasn't disappointed nobody at all. Maybe their coach could be Coach of the Year, Tom Thibodeau. But when I'm looking at how Karl Anthony Towns became an All-Star, I can give a shout out to Kevin Garnett because that one season that he was there and helped them young T-Wolves out with an Andrew Wiggins and a Karl Anthony Towns and them guys. KG's from that old school cloth. He taught these guys how to be a player and a professional on this level. What you eat, breaking down film, who you guard on a nightly basis, what you should do to this player, break this film down. So, give praise out to KG. Kevin Garnett is one of my favorite players. Like, he's one of my favorite players. When he won that MVP back in 2004, man, I went bananas. I've been told KG is one of my favorite guys in the league, still right to this day. If he was still playing, I would have another one of his jerseys. I got all his jerseys. So kudos to Kevin Garnett to getting them young cats going up there in the Twin Cities. So I'm looking at Dame Dollar, well-deserved. Looking at Joel Embiid, Al Horford. Team Steph is a lot of shooters, but he do got some smart big men. Al Horford and Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns got 2 shot blockers and Giannis Antetokounmpo as well. But Team LeBron is looking like a young Team USA, minus Kristaps Porzingis. I'm taking Team LeBron to defeat Team Curry. As in other news, Tristan Thompson is back into the lineup for the Cleveland Cavaliers as of right now, going into tonight as they get ready for the Pacers. Right now, starting lineup would be looking something like this: Isaiah Thomas, J.R. Smith, LeBron James, and Tristan Thompson. Put Jay Crowder on the bench. Me personally, I would have started Jeff Green just because J.R. Smith been kind of off and he's not having a good month of shooting, especially from downtown. In the neighborhood from the 3-point line, he's 5 of 27. That's stink. You can't shoot that bad on 2K. So I ain't trying to hear none of that. And the one thing why the Cavaliers look so terrible, they 27-19. And they third in the East. You telling me that no team, the Cavaliers been in third place for 2 weeks, and the way they've been losing games, you telling me no team can't bump the Cavs down to third to either a possible 6? They let you know the East is not that strong. They let you know the Cavaliers been struggling, and they still third place. Just imagine if the Cleveland Cavaliers is on the West Coast and they was like that record like that, 27-19, that would have them definitely a nice seed in the West. So, the one thing I'm looking, you got Tristan Thompson back on lineup, but the one thing I want to cue on with this, that when not Kyrie Irving, but when Tristan Thompson wasn't in your lineup and he was injured, the Cavaliers are 18-1. So, you do the math. And first and foremost, and people keep calling him Tristan Kardashian. That's what the haters keep saying. Tristan don't care what none of you guys saying. He got some hardware. We know what people call him, Tristan Kardashian. Until she get on one knee and say, Tristan, will you marry me? Then he will become a Kardashian. That's not going to happen. Until he get on one knee, she going to take his last name. So please stop calling this grown man Tristan Kardashian. His name is Tristan Thompson. Respect it. If you can't respect it, don't say nothing at all. I'm not taking sides. I just feel like it's disrespectful to his manhood to call another man, to call a man a woman's last name. Until she get on one knee, then he would be a Kardashian, but that's not going to happen. So please stop calling him that. Hopefully, by him getting back into the lineup, things can switch over and the Cavaliers can take off. For some reason, the Cavaliers always go into this January funk. I don't know what it is. Are they disinterested? Are they getting bored? Or are they just waiting for the playoffs? Like I said, you cannot play like that. Just because people... I always say that a lot of teams probably schedule watch. Oh, yeah, we play Indiana. Ooh. We play Detroit. Ooh, Sacramento and Denver. Those wins. Then you mess around, you go 1-3. Like, you can't do that. Stop schedule watching. Don't take your opponent lightly. Step on their throats. And you players got to get past that. The one thing I'm going to talk about is Kyrie Irving. Said if you didn't trade him, he's going to sit out the whole season for knee surgery. Oh, by the way, he definitely do need knee surgery. Hopefully he got to get his knee clean at the end of this season. So he said he's going to sit the season out and threaten the Cavaliers. You know what? If you don't trade me, I'll just sit the season out for a knee procedure. I'm gonna say something about this. About Kyrie Irving. I don't know him. I know he's a heck of a ball player. I respect him as a ball player like I do other ball players. NBA, playground leagues, I respect them all. Every player is unique. But for you, as a basketball, I don't know how true that is. I'm gonna just speak as Kyrie Irving did say that. Until he come out and say it, then it's true. But if he did say that, as a professional basketball player, that looks bad, bro. That looks bad. Because if the Cavaliers say, you know what? Sit out the rest of the season. We still have your contract rights for the next 2 years. And the first thing, they trade him away. All of a sudden, he's big. He always been big. Now he's bigger. He want to be the primary ball handler. And LeBron James will let him do that. LeBron James is one of the players who have to have the ball in his hand. Always feel like if LeBron James don't have the ball in his hand and let the point guard run the team, he can get easy buckets because the focus be more on Kyrie Irving. He's just trying to be in a double team. You can get more oops and easy cuts to the basket. If you do the same thing with Isaiah Thomas, let IT control the ball, LeBron James will have way more easier looks than taking tough shots. That's just my opinion. That's what I'm seeing through my eyes watching the basketball games. But back to Kyrie Irving. Say he would sit the whole season out. That is selfish. That's unprofessional. And I won't have it. And by the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Dan Gilbert, it's a tough time because you got two super egos on your team. This player wanted his way, and this player wanted this way. You the owner. It's either your way or the highway. If I was the Cavaliers, I wouldn't trade him to Boston. Yes, you got Jay Crowder and IT. But the whole fact is you could have traded him to Phoenix. You could have got you an Eric Bledsoe in a draft pick. You could have traded him to Indiana. You could have got you PG. And or possibly you could have had Eric Bledsoe and PG. The crazy thing about this, Indiana said no to the trade. Why? Because they weren't about to trade Paul George into the same conference in the same division as the Cavaliers in Central Division. One going to happen, so we already understood that. Then two, another reason why people probably didn't want to sign with Cleveland, because they don't know if LeBron James is going to commit long term. So you know it's a wait and see game with LeBron James. Maybe this free agency may be televised. We don't know, like how he did back in the summer of 2010. So who knows what's going to happen of the future of the Cavaliers? They said Dan Gilbert has the Cavaliers up for sale. Me personally, you know, I got some family members in the Detroit area. And I'm going to just say this. They said Dan Gilbert has bought half of their downtown too. They didn't say which parts, but for me to get some of that inside scoop, and he owned Quicken Loans. He got the casino downtown in Cleveland, and got the Quicken Loans and all that stuff, and from Detroit and to Cleveland. But it's kind of odd that Detroit Pistons moved from Auburn Hills back downtown in the heart of the city where they should have been should have stayed in the first place. I won't be surprised if Dan Gilbert said, you know what? I'll sell the team to sell the Cavaliers and try to buy the Detroit Pistons. It wouldn't be a bad look because he is from Michigan. So anything is possible right there. Like I said, Dan Gilbert is your team. If I was Dan Gilbert, I'm a huge LeBron fan. I love the Cavaliers' hometown team. But I'm about to speak some knowledge and keep it real. I would trade LeBron James in a heartbeat. Because you're not about to do this to me again and again and again. It's getting old. LeBron, just tell the owner. It's either a yes or a no, bro. Just say, you know what, Dan? It's been a pleasure to be here under you in this organization. I think my time has come to go to another team or just say, hey, Dan, we can make this work. I'm going to sign long term, but if you want to sell the team, that's fine with me. But I will commit to the Cavaliers another 3 years. That's all you have to say. And most players say, he had to tell nobody nothing. But you have to let somebody know. You have to let the organization know because we have no draft picks except for the one. That's why the Cavaliers not trading that number 1 draft pick. I don't care where it falls at. I don't care if it falls from 1 to 13. They're not going to trade it. Just because they know LeBron James probably not going to long-term commit. If LeBron do long-term commit, they don't have to trade the pick. Just get you another young stud and some young legs. That's what I'm looking for. And I did watch one game last night. I didn't watch the Warriors and the games. I didn't watch OKC play the Wizards. But I did watch the New York Knicks and the Denver Nuggets. Why? Because when I get home, the game was at halftime. So I said, you know what? Let's watch the Knicks and Nuggets. I sat back and watched this game. This game was like strictly offense. A little bit of defense was played. Teams was getting after it. Every time somebody chucked the ball up for a 3, the ball was going in. Enes Kanter, he loves to troll LeBron James for some reason. This guy in New York. And this guy hasn't won anything. Keep getting traded. Was in Utah, OKC, now he a New York Knickerbocker. What has he done in this league to be great to troll LeBron James or anyone's? Anytime LeBron James lose, he always put, how about that, LeBron James? I guess he's striving for greatness. Dude, what have you done in the league? You got 20 points every round. You're a good big man, don't get me wrong. But for you to troll someone is unprofessional. I don't care what people say. This is my opinion. Don't worry about what LeBron James doing. Worry about what the New York Knicks doing. Because guess what? You guys are fighting to get into the playoffs. You guys are the 10th seed. And that's not even looking good right now. So when you're doing that type of stuff, you're not fooling anybody. You hurting the team. Stop worrying about what LeBron James doing. Because I won't be surprised when next time LeBron James see the Knicks, he dropped 50 or 40-something points on your head for talking like that. Michael Beasley is one of the cats I've been very intrigued by lately. You know, playing the NBA back and forth from the NBA, CBA, and all that stuff. Last night he had 21 points. He was 6 from 8 from the field, 8 from 10 from the free throw line. It's the one thing, his name's not getting mentioned up there with the Victor Oladipo's and the Lou Williams as the most improved. Michael Beasley been holding it down for the Knicks. Holding it down. Remember, he was a lottery pick, come out of Kansas State, and he's looking fantastic out there. He looks like one of the crowd favorites right now in New York. We know Trey Burke, another guy who been back and forth between the ABA overseas, NBDL, 18 points. And what he did last night, when I sat back and watched it from him, I said, dude, this dude is just like AI. I thought it was AI for a second. So, Trey Burke, since he got called up, he been on fire. And hard work and dedication pays off. And he's out there striving to be great. Like I said, Trey Burke, the name I did circle on my little cheat sheet was Kristaps Porzingis. Fouled of the game with 21 points. He's a very special player. But if you want to win, dude, you got to come down with that fouling. You average like 5 fouls a game. That's not good for your team. Come on, Kristaps. Really? You the superstar. The superstar don't foul out in the team. You're an all-star this year. You bet not foul out no more games this year. That's terrible. They need you out there for 35-plus minutes. You can't be out there 31-plus minutes with 5 fouls and not get back in late and you fouling out. It's unacceptable. Get a straight clip. A phenomenal player. Very high IQ. He needs to control that fouling. And they fall to 21-28. They lose 118-130. So I'm looking at this Denver Nuggets roster. They had 7 players in double figures. But the ones that stuck out to me was the Trey Lyles with 21 points. A Kentucky guy. You had Jamal Murray with 18 points. Another Kentucky guy. Gary Harris with 23 points. Then I'm looking at Nikola Jokic with 18, 7, and 10. And he was one of my all-star stubs from the Western Conference. Because I'm looking at them. They had AC. I always say, hey, reward the team that's halfway through the break, that's in the playoffs, and get one of their players in. I'm looking at him. He could have been an all-star easily. But the West is so jam-packed with great talent. It's so hard every year to pick a player that you want to see on this level. And I'm looking like this dude is actually doing everything. Like I said, he can pass, rebound, shoot, and defend. And the one thing I do like about his game, he never gives up. And Mike Malone know what he's doing. If that's not Mike, it must be Brandon Malone. No, it's one of Malone guys. That guy, that coach has that team hungry. They're 25-23. A lot of people have them not even making the playoffs. I said, this is one of my teams I had sneaking in the playoffs, either the 8 seed or a 7 seed. And right now, it's looking like this. Hey, if you don't believe me, go look on my blog, go look on my YouTube site, and look at my NBA power rankings. And look where I got some of these teams at. You'll be sitting there like, he's almost dead on the money with these shots he's calling. So I'm looking at the acquisitions that these teams has made, where their weaknesses at, where their strengths is at. And right now, all these teams are doing good. Like I said, Victor Oladipo, I can vouch for. Dennis Smith Jr., vouching for. A lot of these guys I can vouch for who's making an impact change on the team. And the reason why Denver is pretty much doing so good with that jam-packed West, record might not be as great, but it's great to me because they're in the playoffs. Give kudos to Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap is another reason why they are at where they're at. A veteran presence. Wilson Chandler with 16 points last night. Even though Paul Millsap been in and out the line due to injuries, it's still a presence to have somebody in your face and your ear to tell you, and you need to be here and here on the floor. That's what you need. Most teams don't have that. If you got a veteran in your team, yes, I'm looking at the Sacramento Kings. They have Zach Randolph and Vince Carter. They got veterans, but at the same time, those two savvy veterans, all-stars, are showing them young men on that roster how to become a winner. Yes, losing may hurt, but after a while, that losing start turning to winning. So they will find a way to win. Trust me. Trust me and watch. That's another team to watch out for. So, like I said, the Nuggets won 130, Knicks 118. But I do watch a little golf. I recorded the 2 last night. I'm sitting down watching Tiger Woods in the Farmers Insurance tournament. Tiger Woods out here on a par 3, folks. Par 3. He almost hit a hole-in-one. Missed it by a smidget. And he hit that with a 6-iron. How many cats you can know that can hit a 6-iron, hit that ball 180 feet? 180 feet. Hit that ball 180 feet with a 6-iron club. Ain't too many guys can do. Not even your guys in the backyard in a golf club, on a golf course, can do that. That's a 6-iron. The hitting coach must take your time out there, breathe. The swing look a little more fluid. He's coming through. You already know with Tiger Woods, going to certain problems that he have later on in the past years due to all the things that was happening. I don't like to talk about that stuff. But the main key for him, I hope he gets it together. Because people love to see Tiger Woods out there. And golf is missing that. missing that it factor. I don't care who you are, what age you are. If Tiger Woods is playing, everybody gonna sit down and watch Tiger Woods. I don't care who you are, where you are. Like I said, a lot of things going on in Tiger Woods' life, and right now he looks happy. He looks slimmer. He's not buff like he used to, because I thought when he got too buff, he couldn't hit the ball that far. So when I'm looking at Tiger Woods, he's tied for 84th. Anything can happen between now and Sunday, but he got to make this cut. He's 8 of 14 on the fairways, which is doggone good, and he's 12 of 14 on the greens, which is definitely good. So it's just little things. Tiger Woods, stay focused, stay positive, because golf is missing that. Because on Sundays, when you find out Tiger Woods, they make the cut, I ain't still watching golf no more, because I'm looking for that red shirt, and, him hitting the birdie or something to win the game and go like this. I need to see that fist clinch from Tiger Woods again. I definitely need to see that from Tiger Woods. Right now, he tees off today at 12:30. That's Eastern time. So hopefully we can see Tiger Woods make this cut so he go into the next round, because this is what the game been missing. A healthy, strong Tiger Woods. Like I said, but one thing about golf, which I am learning how to play, if you move them hips wrong, shot is off. If you swing that club like you playing baseball, the swing is off. It's all one sweet motion, baby. If I can get that motion down like the old Tiger Woods had like in 2002, it's a wrap out there for some of you guys on the golf courses. I catch on real quick. I don't play no games when it comes to this type of stuff. Y'all know who I am. I'm Tae Wiggs, live and direct from the Man Cave. Y'all know what to do, man. Subscribe to these channels below. Peace.